Hey everyone, welcome back to another Reef update on the innovative marine 40-gallon Fusion aquarium. So in the last few weeks, I've definitely been busy with this tank, making a lot of adjustments, as you can hopefully see. The main thing being a complete revamp of the aquascape. And this was to accommodate the anemones that just kept getting bigger, and a bunch of new corals that I got from a local reefer who was breaking down his 400-gallon aquarium. So huge shout out to Bob for giving me a bunch of corals. I'm really excited to see these kind of fill in and grow, and they already look fantastic. So again, huge shout out to Bob for giving me a bunch of corals. So for the aquascape, I tried to go for two main rock structures and then some small connecting pieces in the middle. So on the left is obviously the anemone. They're kind of hanging out there doing their thing, so hopefully they just stay there. That's all I can ask of them. And on that other rock I have some zoanthids. I think I have some Fruity Loops and then some orange ones that I got from Bob, as well as these awesome Recordia mushrooms, which are probably one of my favorite corals now because they're just so squishy looking. I love the way they just bounce around in the flow. So moving on a little bit more towards the right side of the tank, I still have a bunch of mushrooms, love mushrooms, and they're all green, along with my frog spawn, and then a rock full of these bright green palithoas. So really love the way that they look. I am a little on the fence on if I'm gonna keep them, but for now they look really nice and they fill out that area of the tank. I also have my Montipora and the rest of my leather corals over there. So one of the things that I want to do in my reef updates is to kind of inform you guys where my parameters are at week to week. One of the things that I do is I take tremendous care in measuring my parameters every single week on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays. So during the week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm just going to measure my pH, my temperature, salinity, and alkalinity. And then on Saturdays, I go ahead and do a full analysis of all my parameters before I do my main water changes on Sunday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a clip of the app that I use on my phone and just kind of swipe through the different parameters where they're at right now. And you can see that everything's fairly stable in this tank, and has been for the last few months, which is why I'm really, adding a bunch of corals, and it's been a lot of fun. So hopefully everything stays stable. I do kind of maintain fairly rigorous maintenance schedules, so hopefully everything stays nice and happy like it is right now. But I'll go ahead and put that up there, as well as a link to the app that I use on my Android device to keep track of everything. So one last thing before I end this video, I thought it would be a great idea to kind of open it up to the community to see what corals I could put on this open rock right here on the left side of the tank. And given its location, it will definitely have to be a frag that can withstand high flow and high light. But if anyone has any ideas on what I could put there or what they'd like to see right in the tank, it's definitely a huge focal point from all angles, so definitely something that's going to stand out. So if anyone has any ideas, just leave a comment below, and maybe in the next few weeks we're going to add it. So definitely do that. And if there's anything you'd like to see as far as equipment breakdowns or maybe some more in-depth analysis on the chemistry behind the tanks, just let me know. Definitely am open to a bunch of suggestions, and I'm planning on uploading on a lot more regular basis, by doing 2 reef updates per week, and then maybe on Saturdays kind of doing a more in-depth analysis on maybe a piece of equipment or maintenance regimens, or maybe some of the chemistry behind the tanks, because I do have an intensive background in biomedical sciences. And so I think it'd be a lot of fun to kind of break down some of the chemistry, because I know that there's a lot of pseudoscience surrounding reef tanks, and a lot of misconceptions and people who don't know what they're talking about. So if there's anything that you'd like me to go over and kind of break down, just, leave a comment below and, we'll add it to the list. So I will see you guys Thursday for my second Reef update, where I introduce you to my Fluval 13.5 gallon Reef tank, which has a bunch of anemones in it. So I can't wait to share that with you. But until next time, yeah, bye.